So just dropped on quickly in this ASB trade with the Slingshot on copper, one contract version. I do have a 4 contract version running on the screen. Type 3 sell, it's a trend failure. We do have a little bit of sort of local support here for these 2 pivots, so a little bit more relaxed if it gets through this sort of zone at the moment. So it's got to get through 41410. I think if it gets through that and get some momentum going, this should be a good trade. Again, it's in the time slot. We've had the signal, we've got confirmation, and there is a lot of fresh air down to the next confluence zone down there. Target's way before that, so it looks pretty good. I thought I'd just jump on and record this live as it goes, winner or loser. So we'll see how this progresses. So we're actually pushing through that pivot now, getting a close through there and getting that momentum going. So this is about $75 or $62 in profit right now. The 4 contract version is $262. That is on a VPS. So that's looking pretty good. So not a lot to talk about right now. We need to push through, get close below this sort of zone, and then it should run. Once it gets past a certain level, if we look at the strategy here as a type 3, we can look at the stop loss adjusts. We can see the type 3, the first stop loss adjust is 20 ticks. So it's got to go through 20 ticks, quite a long way. And then we adjust, 15 ticks. There it is, 15 ticks. Then it goes to 2, and then 20 and 5. And we'll start to print a trading stop as well if we get some momentum to go down there. So currently it's $75 profit. Really does need to push through this support and not hang around, because it is short term. It shouldn't hold. There we go. We're good now. We're $87.50 on that, and around. We've got quite a lot of trades open on the other one, but that's looking pretty good right now. $112 now. That's pretty good. 15 ticks isn't that far away. That's 10. We can use the ruler here to measure out where that will be. So it's around about, so 15 is here, 41360. That's where the price needs to get through before the ASB does the first stop loss adjust. That's what's programmed in with the optimization for this particular strategy. So it's got some work to do yet, but the main thing for me at this moment is push through this little double bottom here, and that's really, really encouraging for this trade. It's $125 for this one contract in profit right now, so that's 10 ticks. Obviously on the 4 contract one, that's $562 in profit right now. That runs slightly different in that it's got the first take profit at this, where this is here, but there's only 2 contracts and 2 contracts continue. So we're pulling down really well, $150 profit into this type 3 trade now. Just a couple more ticks to get to that risk-free and that stop loss adjust, which will be automatic. Then obviously we can't ride any deep pullbacks, because then that will take it out as risk-free. But we must, when we're optimizing, make those decisions to ensure we get the right type of move before we put it as risk-free, because in a lot of cases it can pull back and just reverse around, because now we're at this previous pivot here at 41365. So that it did turn around at this point very recently, and we need, that needs to be. It's a shame that is actually one tick different. That's just sod's law. And so at this moment in time, it looks like it is thinking about, because behavior previously has turned it around at that point. It's not taking it through the stop. So what we're looking for here is it's tested that pivot again, and we're just looking for a small pullback and then continuation, because the overall trend is bearish. You can tell by the bias depth heat map here. It really is strong bearish. So what we need really is, we can see the trailing stop line just being printed now as well. So that could help us if we start getting price action a little low. Probably happen around the same time as it gets to 15 ticks, to be honest, but that's how it works out. So we just got to be patient and wait. Okay, there we go. We're risk-free and it's pushing down. This is $300 in profit now, or $1,262 profit in there. As soon as it pushes through that pivot, it just really let go. So that's locking in profit now, as per the strategy. So we're risk-free at this point, and that's one of the main things here. And it's the same on the 4 contract version. We are risk-free on there also. If I just pop that VPS over, it's the same. It's the same thing, but there's 4 contracts on this one. This one, 2 contracts gets taken off here. And then it will follow this trailing stop at that point, and then further 2 contracts at that point here. So this is in quite a lot of profit right now, so it's pretty good. Just move that across out of the way. So if we look at the strategy again now, we can see stop loss adjust. The next stop loss adjust is, I think it was 20 ticks. Let me just confirm on the type 3 trade. Where are we? Type 2, type 3, 20 and 5. It's already gone through 20 and 5. So the next one really is 35, 25. And that 35 is just before we get to our target. So this moment in time, there's going to be no more stop loss adjusts. I really like this stop. We're above this little pivot here right now, so that's really, really encouraging. I'm not going to adjust anything. Again, this has been back tested and optimized over the last 90 days. Very profitable strategy. Looks for quality trades, and this is a quality trade. We just need to let the algorithm and the automated strategy work its thing. Okay, you can see now on this we have a trailing stop, max trailing drawdown. So this now, as soon as it went through $350 profit, will only pull back a certain amount. If we look at this on the strategy itself, this is another protection. It's a P&L protection. So when we look at this, we go to strategies. In the P&L protection section, we go down, we can see on this 1 contract version, when it gets to $350, there's a very fine blue line right there now. It will not lose more than $100 from that position. So if it goes back to $250, it will take us out. Now, if we go to more than $350 profit, say we go to $400 profit, it will adjust that max trailing drawdown to $300. It will never draw down more than $100 once it goes past that 350. So that's an extra protection now for this particular strategy, the P&L in the P&L protection, this trading max drawdown. It's the same it's just multiplied, if you like, on the larger accounts, that figure, that when it hits that, we're on that main trading max drawdown. So this trade entered at 11:04 and 57 seconds. We are now at 11:19. So it took a little while to get going, but once it did, we are risk free. We've got the max trading drawdown kicked in, so we are looking pretty good. We just got to be patient and wait for the algorithm and the ASB to do its thing. I don't always see these because a lot of them, some of them are, well, I'm asleep and everything like that, but I do happen to be in front of the computer when this happened. So I jumped on live to be able to just talk you through this. Right now, we are locked in with $312 profit on this single contract. On the 4 contract version, it's 1,262. So good profit on that one as well. This single contract version is the template that I share with all our users, because I share all of my copper and oil trades, trading templates for the ASBs, no matter which one you choose. So basically, you're trading what I'm trading, and I'm the one that feels the pressure. But these are very, very intuitive tools and very, very strong, high probability trading, automated strategy builders. And the good thing is you get to learn from my templates for copper and oil. If you want to go and trade something else, you can learn from those, see how I optimize and set them up, collect that data at the end of the week and re-optimize if necessary, not always necessary. So this is good. We just got to keep hold of this. I can't keep talking forever, but the sod's law is I switch this, pause this video now, and it goes and takes that profit, or something happens. So I'm just gonna keep on for now. Pullback hasn't had a lot of volume at the moment, seems to be holding pretty well. Oil's pushing down as well, and that correlation should help copper continue to go down. So that's good. Yeah, $1,262 profit on the 4 contract. It's a good little trade, that. I mean, this isn't bad. We're at $300 right now. It's a good, sensible strategy for a smaller account, and I'd say small account, that's between sort of $10,000 and $20,000 for one contract is sensible. I think once you get to $20,000 or 25, we look at putting it at 2 contracts, and then we have sensible milestones to increase that contract size depending on your account size. Right now, this is stagnant. Not a lot happening, but we are protected, and that's the main thing. We're back at 325 sort of profit now. You can see another pullback zone printed there. That's pretty good. We're back at $375 profit now. We're looking for that next stop loss adjust at 35 ticks. Remember, that's going to go quite aggressive if it can get to that. But again, that back testing has seen when we get to those sort of figures and we're getting near that target, sometimes it can turn around. So we do go quite aggressive with that next stop loss adjust. We're at $350 profit right now on this. This is pretty good. Oil's still pushing down. We should see this continue. The inverse correlation isn't usually at this time of day, but never say never. sometimes trade. I mean, I don't trade manually now anyway. But one of the biggest things with trading is being able to sit on your hands and not panic. One of the things with automated strategy build is most of the time you don't see these trades happen. So you know, this is all, it's an algorithm. It's intuitive. It had the signal. It had all 6 time frames on the bias depth heat map as red. They're all 6 time frames there. So that's the confirmation. Had lots of fresh air to that next confluence support zone there, and that's why it took the trade. You see the grey there on the optimization. That time of the day is not profitable for this strategy, so it didn't take trades until we go clear from the grey, and that's when the trading window is open for this particular strategy. Okay. We are pushing back up with oil now. The overall bias on oil is bullish at the moment. Let's see if this drags it with it, or we're in for a bit of a bearish run and get through that 35 ticks. I mean, it came close. The low there was 1270, and we're after a 1260. So it came very close to that next stop loss adjust. But right now we are safe, and that's one of the main things with trading, is that we must allow and look for those runners with those targets that we optimize for that regularly happen. And if they don't happen in this situation, we don't beat ourselves up, because the optimization, I mean, it's a 90-day data set. You know, I said 90% of the time this happens. So we just have to let the algorithm do its thing. So we are still pushing higher. Copper's reacting for now. Short-term resistance coming up on oil though. See if that can hold. Okay, I am going to pause the video because I think this is going to hold steady for a while, but Sod's Law is. So I'll be ready with the button to get it going again if it does push further down, or further up. So I'll just pause the video now. Okay, lo and behold, oil turned around, and this is turning around with oil. That positive correlation is still happening. But the overall bias with oil is quite bullish, so we'll see if it's enough. We're back to 350 on the profit for this single contract. 1462.50 on the 4 contract version. Yeah, we've got this short-term support for HG at the moment. I look at the 5-minute chart; it's quite dense with that support there. Okay, I am just going to pause the video and wait for something to happen. Switching back on again, so I don't want to miss recording this live on the stop loss of adjust if it happens, but we seem to be in a little holding pattern right now. It really does need to get some momentum to push through there. Tantalizingly close. Remember, I don't usually watch this. So Sometimes you feel like watching paint dry on these trades. So an algorithm be patient, a human can't. One thing about these observations that I'm making live right now, or when I go back and look at the behavior of the week, I can have a look at this move, current move, and if this starts to happen regularly, and maybe look to adjust that stop loss, adjust a little bit more aggressive. And that's the thing that you're going to learn each week. That's the data that you're going to look at, the behavior you're going to look at, because market conditions change slightly, average moves change slightly. What we need to do is keep adapting to those. Remember, there's no real AI. We still need to understand that behavior and adjust the strategy builders slightly. Sometimes we can go 3 months without adjusting something, and then it's a small tweak, or there's a major reset in behavior, and we have to do a complete, a complete reset on the behavior and the optimization for the ASB. So you never know what's around the corner, especially with US elections coming up in November. Things get quite volatile, and behaviors can change. We do seem to be in a holding pattern right now. We need somebody, maybe institutions actually start getting some orders in there, because we're dropping on volume. We need to. It doesn't look like it wants to go up, but all of a sudden the bears may just have enough, and those orders that are up higher will start getting taken in. So we're in that flux, but we're protected. We're not going to lose. That's the main thing. And of course, if you were watching this and you see this as a big sort of resistance zone you don't want to go through, you can drag and drop that stop loss to protect more profit. But sod's law is it just comes up to here, then goes back down again. So it's best just to stick with the optimization, but there's a flatten button on the ASB. If you're happy with this $275 profit right now, you can hit that flatten button. That there are those overrides if you wish to take them. So I'm going to pause again, otherwise I'm going to lose my voice. So I'm going to take the manual decision now, and we keep testing this sort of area. So I'm going to put my stop very tight at 41340 to lock in more profit. That's my option that I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to put that in there. So basically what I'm saying to myself is that stop loss adjust was very close to getting hit, but it didn't. So what we're doing now is we're going sideways, and this could pop either way. What I'm not interested in is giving too much of that profit away. So I've decided to manually drag and drop that stop loss adjust, and that's my prerogative in this situation. Whether that's the right thing to do or not, that is my decision to make at this point, because now in my mind I've got to adjust that stop loss adjust at the end of the week, because the average move for this type 3 is not what it has been for the last 90 days. So I just need to make sure that we are not giving too much away there, and we were 2 ticks close to that very aggressive stop loss adjust as well. So I'm just going to adjust that on the 4 contract version to exactly the same price. Because it's tried once, twice, 3, and we're on the 4th attempt now. There we go. It's taken the profit. Okay, so the profit's been taken. It was a good trade. It just didn't move as I wanted it to. So I was very aggressive with that stop loss adjust myself. So basically, I'm seeing now once it breaks this pivot, it could go quite a long way, and I wasn't interested in giving any more of that profit. So now I just take a note and look for that re-optimization of the end of week to adjust that second stop loss adjust to lock in more profit a little sooner. Hopefully that helps. Check out the links below. This was the Slingshot ASB, but the links below have got how fantastic for ASBs.